Hello everybody, welcome to Lunch with Linda. I'm Linda Daniels and you are now inside Northampton Wools on this rainy day. Although it's not raining too much right now, they are saying that we're going to get it later on today. So hope you are in a dry place, and if not, it's not cold rain, so you can be out enjoying it. We had a really busy week and weekend. The first week of our sale was a great success, and if you visited us during last week, I thank you for that. And if you were in here on Friday or Saturday, both of those days were extremely busy and I was a bit distracted. If you hit me at one of those moments when I seemed to be glued to my phone, my granddaughter Ava is a swimmer and she had a swim meet this weekend, and every time her heat was up, Pam would send me a link because they are broadcasting them live, so I was able to watch her swim. Her last race was actually at 9 o'clock our time last night, if you can believe that. And yeah, I was there cheering her on. She did qualify for the Junior Olympics meet next weekend in 2 of her races, and she will be part of 2 medley teams, you know, where there's four girls and they each swim a different lap. So I will be watching next weekend as well. So I was distracted for a good reason, and thanks for putting up with me with that. But like I said, we had a very busy weekend and I've got a lot of stuff to share with you, and a couple of little stories to tell you about, and we'll go from there. We are beginning our second week of the sale, and like I said, the first week was very successful. We had a bunch of young women in this weekend. I was really surprised. I don't know if there's orientation going on at Smith and Mount Holyoke, but it seemed like we had, I was describing it to Kate as packs of under 25-year-olds that would come in 4 and 5 at a time, and they were all looking for stuff to knit with. So our basket of Ariado, which is one of our sale yarns, really took a hit. So we're down to less than half a basket. This is a great soft yarn, and that's what they were looking for. Soft and bulky and quick to knit. So we even had one group that bought a couple skeins and then came back later on to buy more, because they'll be able to make a really great, comfy, cozy, big scarf out of 2 skeins of this. You can even certainly do a cowl out of 1 and have it be a good size. So we were able to save some of the colors for the rest of you, but if you're interested or curious about what young people are doing, number 1, young people are knitting, and number 2, young people are looking for that soft, fun, bulky stuff. So I was really happy to be able to help all of them. We also still have, where'd I put it? A couple of skeins of Lucky. We've got 4 skeins of this stuff. We've been selling a lot of this stuff. This is a self-striping, self-patterning yarn. And again, you can use this on a really big needle, a size 11 needle. There's a pattern on the inside of the label for a scarf, a diagonal scarf that is big enough to work as a little shawl, and that's also on sale. It was $52 and it's now $13. So what a deal that is. So like I said, we have a few skeins of that. We have 2 of this color, which is Kate's color, that blue that I just showed you, and one that's kind of a green, greenish color. So that's been doing really, really well. If you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, last week I put up a post of Barbara. Barbara, if you're here, hello, and thank you for letting me share the picture of your sweater. She had just finished her ranunculus, and she did it in this cotton, this fuzzy cotton. And I just wanted to show you that because this used to be $12 a skein. We've marked it down to $5, and we have this color. I'm pretty sure it was only 2 skeins to do the version, and it was sort of a long sleeved average length version. So we've got enough of the orange into this kind of red, and we've got enough of the beige. If you love that beige and gray and want to try the ranunculus or want a deal on it, we've got 4 skeins of beige and 4 skeins of the orange at $5 a skein. How can you pass that up? So Kate's on and she will answer any questions that you may have. But that was a fun thing to see Barb in her ranunculus sweater. So thanks for Barb for bringing that in. I was looking for Dune. Where did I put that, Kate? Do you see Dune?
Mm-hmm. That's back here.
Because this is another yarn that makes a great scarf, and it's a little bit fancier.
So sparkly.
Oh yeah, that's where it
I
is.
love that dark color.
This has a little bit of a sparkle in it. I don't know if you can really see that there. Might be able to find the sparkle in the video. The gray. I love this color. This color is gorgeous. So 3 skeins of this, of course it is. 3 skeins of this is enough to make a really long scarf. And this one we have marked down to $15. So it was $20 and now that's 25% off. So I just want to let you know that the sale continues and we do still have yarn. One of the things that I did get done this week, I teased about that I couldn't resist starting a vest, and I did finish it. And it is a boxy, loose fitting. Of course, I won't wear it over this shirt, but can you move that back? Mm-hmm. It's just a boxy, loose fitting vest that I'll wear over a dress. I've got a black jumper that this will look great over.
It's a good crop on you.
It's a good, yeah, thank you. Thank you. So many times I just want them really long to cover everything, but I'm finding that the crop, especially over a dress, does it look okay with the pants?
Yeah.
But especially over a dress, it's pretty flattering because it just turns me into a big pole instead of trying to pretend I have any shape at all. So if you're always afraid of going shorter, try it. You might actually find that you like the way that it looks. Okay, so this is ridiculous. It took 3 skeins of the brushy. I'm going to write the pattern and send it out in tomorrow's email. It's going to be the free pattern of the month. And the brushy, I absolutely love. I have a sweater that I also made myself out of this color, but we've got lots. We've got a solid gray, a solid black, and the multi-black. This one is the one that I used for the vest. And then there's also one that has a little bit of green in it as well. So for 3 skeins of this, Lala Berlin, let you know it has about 140 yards in each skein. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave it right there and go right into the other thing that I finished this week, because you're not gonna send out the pattern to this, but it is going to be here in the store. So I've talked about how in the summertime, Kate and I both feel this urge to crochet. And so I had 2 skeins of the color burst, and I felt like crocheting one night, so I started this sweater, and it's actually turned into such a comfortable fit that I'm kind of using it like a house coat. I have it on my chair in my office, and at night when I'm in there, I have the door open and the fan on, and that's blowing that, I wanted to call it darkened air. Once the sun goes down, the temperature goes down a little bit. And I've had a t-shirt on all day or short sleeves, so it can get a little bit cool, but this is just enough. It's a big open weave in this self-strip. Look at how it matched. That's completely by accident, people. Cool. I only just saw it. But basically it's just big rectangles that I put together and then made pockets with a flap and put the button on to add a little bit of color. I will be writing this pattern and we will have it here in the store. We only have this color in the color burst left. This is the yarn that I used for it. This is not the color that I used. This has a little bit more of a green and pink cast to it, but we do have 2 of those. But the other yarn that we have that you could use that's very much similar to it is the Gomitolo. We have it in this bright orange, and we have enough of this to do 2 sweaters. So we have 4 skeins, so 2 people could get it. But when I was telling Kate about the sweater, she said that it would be a great way for her to use up all of her leftovers from the sea glass sweater. And it is a very good way to use up anything. You can do this in a DK to worsted weight. The DK weight will give you that very open, light, airy feel. The worsted weight will make it a little bit of a denser kind of fabric, something that you'd probably be more likely to wear in the fall and winter. This is a great summer evening little jacket. I'm really, really pleased with how that came out. So hopefully I can entice you or inspire you and help you decide on your next project. But those are the 2 newest things that I was able to finish over the weekend. So we did get a few new things in that I wanted to make sure that I reminded you of or told you about. Let's see, how much are the yarns that were the pink and green? The color burst. And that I don't know, Jen, so Kate's gonna check and we'll get back to you with that. We did get in a whole new big reorder of the stitch toppers. So many that we had to move them from our glass bowl into a basket. And I just wanted to give you, because we got some new designs in. We got in the sunflowers, and what the heck are these guys? Oh, these are owls. Sorry. And lemons. Go this way. We got, of course, lots of sheep in every color. White sheep, blue sheep, pink sheep. We got strawberries, the pink flamingos.
I love the strawberries.
I know. And a new one is the coffee cups. We also got in Oreos. That was another new one. First I was like, what the heck is this? Lemons that are real lemon shaped.
Oreo. Did you show the pizza?
And the Oreos. Oh my gosh, we got pizza too. Get out.
Did you show that?
Okay, so this is like snack when you're hungry. Foxes. Aren't they fun? They're just really, really fun. I'm really pleased with these. We have them on the website. And also, yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you too. Kate just spent the morning updating the website so that you can buy any or all of the sale yarns are on the website at their markdown price, and they the inventory is keeping up. So if you see it on the website, it is still available, and you can order it and we can ship it. You can order it and pick it up. Can you grab a knitting needle? Because Willa's asking me what these are. So Willa, these are new point protectors, and they have a hole both in the top and the bottom, just one, and they fit from size 1 up to size 15, and when they just sit on the ends of your needles, and they have a hole in both the top and the bottom, so you can, Kate grabs straight needles, but if you have circular needles, you can put both ends of your circular needles in there as well. So we've got a whole bunch of them. We've sold out of these 3 times already, so it's really the hot new item for the spring and summer.
This is 21.
So we'll mark that down 35%. So Kate's gonna figure the price out. So the other thing that I got at the show that we have had in before, but from a different manufacturer, are the dryer dots. These are dryer balls, and these are brought to us by Gleaner. Gleaner is the company that has invented the world's best sweater shaver. We did get more inventory in of those, so we will always try to have those in stock. And next week I'll show you exactly how to use your Gleaner and how those work, because it never hurts to have a refresh. But they also came up with these dryer dots, and they are a New Zealand wool, and I'm going to show you the big box, a New Zealand wool felted ball. And Eileen, if you jump in with something that you might remember that I do not, when we were standing at the booth talking to one of the owners, I learned so much and then I didn't write it down. So I have used these and in the dryer, and they say to use between 3 and 6 depending on how big your loads are. And I was finding that I was still getting a lot of static cling, and I thought that was the number one reason to use these. Well, there are several reasons. You use them to reduce dryer time. You use them to reduce the dryer temperature, and that was the mistake that I was making. I was still setting the dryer on high and pushing the button, and it's too much because the clothes are dry, but then they're still tumbling around in the dryer. So I have since switched to the lower temperature sweating settings on the dryer and using the dryer balls. So these also can be used with a little bit of essential oil if you like to put a little lavender or eucalyptus or something on them. That's kind of up to you. You don't really need it, especially if you like your clothes to be scent free. By accident, I ended up purchasing laundry detergent that was really smelly. Ooh. And I couldn't even sleep. I did the sheets and then I had to do them again with an unscented detergent. So some people just don't like scent at all. So these don't have any scent. They come like that. If you want a scent, you can drop the essential oils on them.
They replace the fabric softener.
They do. You don't need those dryer sheets. They're much better for the environment. So Eileen says she's been using 4 and lower temperature and really liking them. Yeah, we both brought them some of those home. So they are coming to us in the 3-pack, which most people would be able to use. And those are $18.75 for the 3, and then the 6-pack. And when I grabbed this box out of the box, I ripped it. So I'm probably going to own even more. But
those are on the website. With all
these are also on the website, so you can use this. You can use the website to order them as well. They are all natural and ethically sourced. That was important to me too. It reduces the dryer time, and there's no chemicals, toxins, or perfumes in them. Run the cycle, and then it says to leave them in the dryer with the door slightly open. I always shut my dryer door just because our laundry room is in the downstairs bathroom, and I don't want to bump into it all the time, so I shut the dryer door. But if you use them, you want to make sure you count how many you put in so that you find them, because they tend to hide. I have found them inside of sleeves. I even found one inside of a sock, or I'm shaking things out because there's only 2 dryer balls left in the dryer and I don't know where the other one have gone to. Oh yeah, so watch out for pets and animals because they are a lot of fun to knock around all over the house, but they do hide in the laundry. So make sure you really shake everything out. Yeah, especially in sheets. They just get caught up in them. And you would think that they make noise. They're not that noisy. It's not like a golf ball in your dryer. So it's not a really hard, I mean, they're kind of squishy. So it's not gonna clunk away. You can squeeze it. It's not gonna clunk away in your dryer. So we really recommend those. I felt like I learned so much in the booth, and I feel like I'm really forgetting some of the stuff that they told us, but that was the most important thing. Lower time, less time, lower temperature, and your clothes will be really, really great. We did get in, you saw all of those big boxes. That was a big restock of some of our yarns that we're never out of, like the Plymouth Select worsted weight and Encore. But we got in the new Surrey Stratus, it's called. This is a alpaca and nylon blend. The nylon is in it for strength. It is a lace weight. So if you don't like mohair and you still want to create some of that fuzziness with it, This suri will do that. Suri is another term for a baby alpaca, or their first cut, which tends to be very fluffy. This yarn, I'm gonna admit to you, I was a little bit nervous about this yarn after I ordered it. When I ordered it with my sales rep, I was given a skein, and I liked what it was made out of, and I liked how it felt, but it wasn't as soft as I thought it should be, because it's alpaca. I thought it should have felt a whole lot softer. But I'm so relieved, because it came in and I opened it, and boy, I really do like how soft it is. Again, it is a lace weight carry along, so those of you who have not jumped on the ranunculus and you want to try it with that mohairy look with another strand of yarn, we've got 9 colors in. I didn't bring them all over, but look at that blue. I'm so in love with that blue. It's a real denim-y blue. And then I also brought over the oatmeal, because we have so many of our customers look for oatmeal and we don't always have it. So I was sitting here beforehand thinking, all right, what am I going to do? Am I going to do another ranunculus? Or maybe I should do a love notes. We haven't had a love notes in here in a really long time. And that's kind of like the sister to the ranunculus. It's a different designer, but it's also a really popular top-down sweater with more of a lace yoke. So I might do a love notes in this so that you can see what it's knit up at. It's only a 25-gram ball, but it's got 274 yards. It is on the website. It's like $8.75 a skein. So to do, like if you were going to do the regular size ranunculus, you'd only need 3 skeins of this as your carry along. So we're starting to get the new yarns in. I also was told that one of the other brand new yarns from Plymouth, they just got it in last week, so we should be getting it next week, and it is the yarn that I used to design one of their latest patterns for them. So we will have both the pattern and the yarn in, and hopefully I can knit a model up for the store really quickly as well, but I will be sharing that with you as soon as it's here and as soon as I can get one knit. It's called Caracello, and it is a multicolored blend that's really very nice. So we've got that coming as well. I'm just looking at my notes to make sure I told you everything there. We're getting closer and closer to the shop hop, to the I-91 summer vacation shop hop. If you do not have your bag, oh, now it's pouring out. If you do not have your shop hop bag, we still have plenty. Some of the shops are getting down there in inventory. They've sold quite a few of them, and we still have a lot of them available. So for $10, you get a really great canvas bag, really heavy duty bag. Decca will vouch for that. She bought one even though she's not going to go on the hop. She's not going to do it, but she bought the one just because the bag is so nice. You'll get the passport and a listing of the 9 participating shops this year. It starts on August 8th, so hopefully you'll get ready for that and plan your journey up and down the 91 from New Haven all the way up to Putney, where Green Mountain Spinnery is, and you'll get to visit all 9 of those shops. So if you've got friends or know of people who might be interested in it, tell them that we are ready for them, and we have plenty of the bags. All right, so I wanted to tell you a story from the weekend. I'm going to tell you my story and then I'll tell you the last thing. I'm looking at the notes. So I had a customer come in on Friday, a woman, and we got to talking. She had grabbed one of the shawls that we had on markdown on sale outside and brought it in and told me that her mother had a shawl similar in weight to the one that she had, and that she had taken knitting classes, this woman had taken knitting classes with us about 20 years ago and had not really become much of a knitter, but she wanted to try to recreate this shawl for her mother because it had gone missing and her mother's in a nursing home. And her mother's birthday was coming up in about 2.5 weeks. Her mother was gonna be turning 100. So a number of things are going through my mind at once. And one is that, yeah, I will support you 100%, but it's 100th birthday 2 weeks away, and you want to knit a fingering weight shawl. I tried to kind of direct her to other yarns, but she fell in love with the fingering color. She really wanted to try it, and I'm going to do everything I can to help make it happen. So she buys the yarn, I wind it up for her, and off she goes to try it. She actually came back in on Saturday with her husband, saying, well, that was silly, because there's no way I was going to be able to get that shawl done in that amount of time for her 100th birthday. So we ended up then being able to help her out she ended up choosing Rios on a size 9 needle in a very simple garter stitch shawl. And it's a triangular shawl that starts at the neck and then grows, which also means that at any point she can end it, and it can be a short little neck, just around the neck piece. It can be as big as she wants to make it. If she has to end it early, God forbid, she can then take the bind off out and add to it to save it for herself. But it touched my heart that she wanted to recreate this gift for her mother, and in a short amount of time. And it wasn't my place to say, no, you'll never be able to do that. I wanted to make it happen for her. And when she left, I was really thinking about, isn't that what this is all about? Being able to share that kind of love and affection, no matter how little or much time you have, just to be able to say, I love you with your knitting. Or no matter how big the shawl gets, even if it ends up just being a little scarf. But I really was trying not to say, your mother's turning 100 and you only have 2 weeks. You gotta knit faster or bigger. And still encourage her to do it. So I thought that was just something touching that I wanted to share with you, because I really feel like that's why I am in this business. It's stories like that make knitting a real thing, not just something that you do. It's a real meaningful thing. I saw over the weekend 2 things, and one of them is from Bobolink Yarns. So Katie from Bobolink has been in the shop a couple of times, and we have her yarn, and you've heard me talk about her before. She is very much about being ethical in her business, sustainable in her business, and finding new ways to use the waste from the wool and sheep raising industry. And she announced some really exciting news this weekend on her Instagram and Facebook feed. She has partnered with, and I think this is the name, Darn Tough Socks. They are a sock making business in Vermont, and they make socks out of a yarn that they have processed, and I'm not exactly sure what the process is, but their mission is to create socks that will never wear out. And they're saying that really all you need is 7 pairs of their sock product, and you're set basically for life. Okay, Bess, thank you. They are great socks. Thank you, because I didn't know them, so I'm glad somebody else does. They're great socks. So they make their socks on sock machines, and the machines can only work when there is a cone of yarn on them down to a specific weight. Once the cone gets to a certain smallness, it can no longer function, and they have to cut it off and join a new cone. Well, that means that they have cones, partially filled cones of yarn, which they dump. No. And so, and so Katie has been able to partner with them, and they are giving her the smaller cones. She is then hanking it and dyeing it, and then going to be able to offer the yarn to yarn stores. It's called that line is called North Woods. I'm pretty sure that's what the name is. I didn't write it down. I'm sorry, but you can look for Bobolink Yarns and she'll have some information up there. Jen, thank you. Yes, you saw that link too. So we're really excited for her, and we love the ideas that she is coming up with, and that she's not afraid to reach out and approach these other businesses and say, how can we work together? So this is just like step 4 in her sustainability kind of process. So we will be looking at the yarn for to carry a little bit in the store this fall, and hope that you can find a way to support her for that as well. So that's pretty much everything that I wanted to tell you about today so far. I hope we see you. It's not supposed to pour like this all week. We'll be open our regular hours this week, Wednesday through Saturday. And look for the email tomorrow night. If you don't get it, shoot me an email on Wednesday and I will send you an individual copy of it. Oh, good. So many people have the socks. I'm glad to hear that. Thanks, Linda. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Bess, for sharing that. Yeah, so look up Katie. It's Bobolink Yarn. She's on Facebook and Instagram. And you'll be able to learn a little bit more about what that process is for her. All right, you guys, so I want you to have a wonderful week, and thank you, Kate. Stay dry, stay cool, because it's supposed to be hot and sweaty, and what better time to go knit something than when you are sitting in front of that air conditioning.
Yes.
All right, and look for the patterns. I hope I inspire you guys. See you all next week. Bye-bye.